Welcome to the M&Ms Chromatography Lab activity. Let's take a look at our materials and equipment. We've got salt, a big beaker that's going to have 4 cups of water in it, pipettes, 2 jars. We've got chromatography paper and our 6 different colors of M&Ms. We have a little bit of prep before we can actually start the activity. So what I'm doing is I'm putting 1 drop of water on the paper plate, and then I'm putting the M&M directly on top of it to let it sit for a minute, and I'll do that with each of the 6 colors. So I'm going to let them sit for about 2 minutes. After the 2 minutes, I'm going to use a pipette for each color, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to suck up a little bit and put 1 little drop on the chromatography paper. I'm going to do 1 drop for each M&M. After I get the drops on each strip of paper, I'm going to let it air dry. Alright, so there's our last drop. So I'm going to let these air dry for about 10 minutes. I'm going to repeat the process again. I'm going to lift up the M&M, suck up a little bit, place 1 drop on each strip of paper, and then I'm going to let those air dry. Alright, let's repeat the process 1 more time. I'm just trying to get a decent concentration of the dye on the chromatography paper so we get a good chromatogram. All right, let's finish up this last round, and we're going to let it air dry for 10 more minutes, but we have a little more prep to do. While we're waiting on this last round of air drying, I'm going to prep the jars in the solvent. So I'm using about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt in 4 cups of water, and I'm going to stir it really good and make sure it gets completely dissolved. And then once it's dissolved, I'm going to take it and pour some into 2 jars. I'm going to fill 2 jars with just a little bit of the water in the bottom, just enough so that when the chromatography paper gets into the jar, it's just barely dipped into the water. We don't want the dye spots to actually be submerged in the water. So this is a time-lapse video. Took about 45 minutes, and here are all 6 colors.